My friend, today let's do some really quick and simple holiday decorating using trays as the foundation. I'm Nicole with Adorn the Table. I love to use trays as tools for creating centerpieces and holiday decorating because it's so easy to move that tray from one area of the house to the other. And they look fabulous on side tables, coffee tables, kitchen counters. They're wonderful to use as centerpieces on your dining room table or your kitchen table. And then when it's time to eat and you want to put your food dishes down in the middle of your table, pick up that tray filled with your holiday decor, move it to someplace else temporarily until you're done eating, and then once the food is cleared, you can put the tray back in the middle of your table and continue to use it as a centerpiece. Well, I've got 4 different trays and 1 dough bowl behind me that I've got ideas that, again, I think are going to be really simple and easy for you to recreate or to at least get some good ideas and inspiration from. All right, let's get started. For my first tray, I'm going to be using this round silver one. For this one, I'm going to start with something super simple. I have this dark cranberry wreath that I found ages ago. It happens to fit perfectly inside of this tray. And then in the middle of this, I'm going to put this white DIY tree. I made this about a year or 2 ago. It's so simple. I just took a cardboard cone with some wonderful yarn and just wrapped it around, glued it in place. I love how the dark contrast of the berries with the white tree. And then I'm just going to add really one more element to make this super simple. I've got some evergreen type picks. Just going to kind of place them around the tray, giving a little bit of that wonderful greenery. I've got these little tiny ones that I'm going to put in different areas around the wreath itself. There we go. Super quick, simple, and easy to transport. The second tray I'm going to be using is this ornate metal one. It's got a glass insert and fabulous handles. I have these evergreen picks. They're shorter ones. I like how they've got a little bit of the pine cones on here and a little bit of sparkle to them too. And I'm just going to place one going this direction. And then I've got a second one I'm going to place going the opposite direction. I do like how these tips are kind of hanging out of the ends, giving a little bit of visual direction and interest. And then in the middle on top, I'm going to add this lantern that I am then going to take and put this holiday candle inside of it. So I've got my red and green going. I do want to add more color and a little bit more interest and decor elements to it. So I have a variety of different red picks. Some are frosted, some aren't. I think I'm first going to take and add them to my greenery to help integrate that red color. I think I might take and put these kind of on the outside. Might not use this one, we'll see. Then I also have some pine cones that are going to pull into this whole theme. The third tray I'm going to be using is another silver one, but this one is a little flatter. It's got an oval shape to it and it has handles. For this tray, I'm going to start with this sage green Christmas tree. I love the sparkle and the shimmer on it. I think it's going to work really nicely with the silver in the tray. I'm not going to put it right in the center. I'm going to put it a little off center. And then I'm going to add this white reindeer. I think I picked him up at Michael's a few years ago. Next, I have this pewter candlestick, which complements the silver on the tray. And then I have this taper candle that is a similar color to my tree. Turn this around so you can see it a little better. What I was doing is I was kind of creating this arc of the height. So it's kind of going from low to middle to high. Your eye is traveling the direction I have going in the middle of this tray. I do want to embellish it a little bit further. So I've got these silver balls. And I'm going to add a few other little details. I have these kind of like little sparkly picks just to add, try to pick up from the tree. Then I have these cute little presents that I'm going to kind of put underneath the tree. I thought I would add the red one just for a real fun pop of color. Now let's style the dough bowl. I love using dough bowls in my holiday decor because it is so easy to put things inside of it. It's a great container and it's also easy to move and transport. For this idea, I'm going to start with this stem. I found it at Target. I actually used it in a recent video, which I'll put a link to it down below. I'm going to take this stem and I'm going to bend it underneath the evergreen part of it, and then I'm going to spread out the evergreen branches, but I want to be able to have it sit and nestle inside of my dough bowl, and I'm good with some of the evergreen kind of sticking out of the bowl. I had thought about using two different stems and doing one in the other direction, but it was feeling way too full of evergreen, but that is an idea if you wanted to do two stems instead of one. Now, in the middle of this, I'm going to be putting these cream colored ornaments. I know you can't feel them, but they are so sharp and spiky. I know they're vintage. I don't know from what era, but I love this cream color and kind of that dimension that they're going to be adding to this tray, this dough bowl. I'm also going to be using my collection of rusted bells. You saw this also in a different video recently, and I'll make sure I put a link to that video down below. I think the two different colors with the rusted bells and the cream and the green is going to look beautiful together. And the final tray that I'm going to be using is this wooden one. Since this tray is so deep, I've got a different idea for the decor in it. I have leftover snowflake filler from last year. I've got this bag that's still left and a second bag I bought at the same time. And I'm going to fill this tray with this faux snow. Now inside of this tray, I have this tall reindeer and this sleigh that I'm going to be using. Then I also have these goose feather trees. I picked these up, oh gosh, a really long time ago. I love them. They are definitely vintage. I think they're going to work well in with the idea I have here. And I have this vintage Santa. I think it speaks to kind of the rustic other elements that I have on this tray. And a few fun rustic looking ornaments. Tell me, what do you think of my quick and simple holiday tray decorating ideas? If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next video. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.